You don't really like the heat, maybe it's time for a little pool party. Check out this video from the Oregon Zoo. How cool. I always am fascinated by the video that the zoo puts out. These are some of the Asian elephants cooling off a little bit yesterday when it was, you know, equally as warm.
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun to watch. They look like they're having a blast. Now, this hot weather can really affect your pets. And we have Dr. Christy Michael here. She's the lead vet at Dove Lewis, and she has brought her beautiful therapy dog to join us, and we're gonna talk about some pet safety during these high temperatures.
A boy or a girl?
Girl.
What's her name?
Her name's Sandy.
She's so sweet. She just hopped right up on that couch for you.
She took a little
Hi,
work there.
Sandy. Does she
She's
like?
young, isn't she?
Hi, cute.
She is a youngster.
Oh, she gave me a big
She's
kiss.
2 years old.
Oh, she okay. Oh,
She's
you are
very
sweet.
friendly.
Yes, you are.
So, Dr. Michael, let's talk through some safety tips for pets. I guess
Okay,
what are
yeah.
some of the most common issues that you do see when we reach into the 90s?
Heat stroke is definitely a big problem for pets, and not just dogs and cats, but all of our critters. And they're really sensitive to outside temperatures, and they also can be really sensitive to inside temperatures. We always like to warn people this time of year to avoid leaving your pets in a car. Where possible, have a nice cool place where they can spend the day, because they can overheat very easily.
Signs would be?
Signs would be weakness, lethargy, panting. Sometimes they'll even feel hot to the touch.
Yeah.
And you can, they're not themselves. A lot of times, interestingly, even though they're having a heat stroke potentially, they don't want to go drink water. If you put water towards them, they aren't driven to drink because all their brains are just in overdrive from being overheated.
But if you have that cool water bowl out there, I'm assuming, like humans, they'll drink that throughout the day.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that any of your pets, dogs, cats, sheep, goats, chickens, they all have access to as much fresh water as you think they might need, and then maybe about twice that much.
We always hear this, don't leave your pets in a car, in a hot car. You hear people breaking out windows when they see kids or dogs and whatnot. Talk to us about how, you know, the outside temperature varies greatly from how hot the car is.
Yeah, it does. They've done some really great videos and studies that show how quickly the temperature rises within a vehicle. And really, even within 10 or 15 minutes, the temperature between inside of a car and outside of a car can go up to a 20 to 30 degree differential very quickly.
Oh, that's so scary. I wanted to ask you about summer dews. Should you get their summer cut? I mean, is it better for them to have shorter hair during the summer?
Yeah, it depends on the breed to some degree.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, most dogs are built to manage heat, and dogs that have undercoats, which are the ones that you would think would be the toughest ones to manage, the way their undercoats work, it's actually a little bit of insulation for them, and so sometimes those dogs with a big long hair and then the undercoat, it's actually better to leave their coats as they are.
I have a golden, so what would you say to me about
If
our
your golden just has hair and doesn't have an undercoat, and you felt like your dog was overheating, then shaving might be an option there.
How about outdoor exercise and just a basic one of paws on hot pavement?
Yeah, I was going to ask about their little paws. I always feel so
I always wonder about that.
Yeah, just like us, the dark pavement is going to be a lot hotter than just concrete sidewalks, so you're going to want to try and avoid roadways as much as you can and try and limit the amount of time that their feet are on those surfaces. Try and stick to grass and dirt and other surfaces that are a bit cooler.
So what about just being, this may be a silly question, what about just being out in the sun? Or just the sun, because we have to worry about skin cancer. Any concerns there with our pets?
Absolutely, especially dogs that are not pigmented. So your paler dogs, they are actually going to sunburn the same way that a person will.
Where those skin will get sore like
their
ours?
skin will get sore. For them, it's most commonly the tops of their nose and then their ear tips. They'll very commonly get sunburn on the tip of their nose and on their ears.
Might be a ridiculous question, but do they make animal sunscreen for their noses?
They do.
Yeah, they actually make pet safe sunscreens. And so if you have a dog that has those paler spots, a dog that's black there, they're very unlikely to get sunburn. But those golden labs and white dogs, if you put some sunblock on those exposed areas, then you help them protect them.
My little Belle, she passed away, but she was a Maltese Shih Tzu mix, and she would get sunburned because she just had, you could see her little freckles underneath her white fur.
We have to ask because it's Portland, urban animals. A lot of people have maybe urban chickens, different things like that.
There are a lot of chickens and goats and sheep running around Portland, and for them the rules are the same to some degree. Make sure they have a shady area. If they're indoors, make sure it's well ventilated. Make sure they have access to about twice as much water as you think that they might need. If they seem to be overheated, put them in an air-conditioned environment environment and transport them to a veterinary hospital.
Okay.
Well, I learned about sunburn. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That
It
dogs could get sunburned. It makes sense. I just didn't know it. So thank you.
Okay, Dr. Christy Michael and Sandy with Dove Lewis. You guys did great. Sandy's just very
Well,
relaxed.
she's so cute. She's so cute. Oh, honey.
Oh, look at the kisses.
You just got a mouthful of dog tongue.
Quite all right.
That's nice. Well, now you're going to come drink coffee with me.